March 20th of this year, 2023, my brother Kimi passed away. He died from an overdose. We don't know the exact drug that it was because we didn't want to look too deep into, the story they wrote about it. We didn't need to hear those words. It didn't really make much sense. My name's Sage. I'm 23. I live in Vancouver. I was born here, so spent my whole life here. I grew up with one sibling close to my age, but I'm the oldest of 5. I grew up with my brother Kimi, and we grew up at a young age. My parents split up, so for most of my life it was just me and my brother with my mom, and we were back and forth between houses, so a lot of weird stuff, but it was for the most part just me, my brother, and my mom. I didn't see any reason for me to pay attention in school because there wasn't anything I wanted to go to university or anything for. So I just started to think about things that I really enjoyed. I liked listening to music. Me and all my friends, that was something we always had in common. I feel left out. Everything that decided you one day just get on the computer and download GarageBand and just record it, and I realized it was an outlet that I had needed, it was something that I was lacking. It was a downward spiral. It was a burning house, dude. It was immediately when it started, it became an instant problem. Throughout high school, we had many phases of doing Xanax and Molly. Those things were becoming popular at the time. Lean as well. These things were getting cool because of music. We were coming across this stuff all the time growing up. Me and my brother especially, because we're very close in age. We would spend, as far as I can remember, probably 90% of our time was around each other. So, pretty significant amount. And with coke, you just depending how much you have, is every 10-20 minutes you're just finding a way to do more of it, sneaking into a bathroom. Sometimes me and my friends would just be doing it on the table in front of all each other, just instead of eating breakfast. That's it's I called everyone in my family to let them know that I was going to try to die. It was I was on a mission to actually kill myself. And for me, I'd say this is the most fucked up moment for it. It's the most fucked up moment for me because I don't even remember why I actually did it. I don't remember the root of the problem. I don't actually know what the fuck I was trying to kill myself over. I don't remember that. So that's why I'm confused. You can get so fucked up that you die over literally nothing. I have no clue what it was. I don't know if it was even worth tripping at all. I don't know what it was, but I called my brother, I called my uncle, I called my dad, my mom. I called all the closest people in my life to call and apologize, basically, because I felt Like maybe the reason was I just felt like I was a bad person at the time. Felt like I was a disappointment. I don't even know how many pills, but I was puking out entire pills. I was doing as much coke as I could. I was just it became a huge blur basically. Like I woke up in a hospital the next day. I had no idea what was going on. Went back home after, and I still was getting fucked up a bit after that. I still had stuff with me. I was still having my moments, but that was a big realization where I was like, okay, I need to try. Like, it became an effort after that point where I was really trying to I was trying to fix myself. Like, it was like a pretty big wake-up call. It was scary.
I don't even know how to show emotions. Asking for I just hope that I'll wake up and this will be all over. I saw my best friend back. Feel like I'm slicing him. I swear I gotta be like that. It's just like it's just the way that it goes.
I feel like I've always had like an artistic, emotional outlet, you know, like, and it's good to have that. Like, music has always been good in that way, but there was a point when I was doing drugs a lot, I was severely malnourished. Like, I was at a very low point, and I knew that if I wanted to be a happier person, I needed to start getting healthier. So I just started to obsess over, first it was watching UFC, things like that, watching different kinds of martial arts like jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai. I just started to fall in love with it. Boxing was huge. Like, I just was in love with these things, and I thought the people doing them were very admirable. So I found a gym, Gracie Baja, and just immediately started going every day and just fell in love with that instantaneously, because it was like I needed it for so long. It was just, I feel like the action of like combat and the art of it too. It's not even necessarily just combat. It doesn't need to be used for war. Like, the art of just knowing how to defend yourself and make friends along the way. Like, you can train with these people, and they're all some of the coolest people you'd ever meet that you would never normally meet in a normal setting. You know, like, you'll meet people that have jobs that you're just like, oh wow, like, you know, so you normally wouldn't think you're gonna just become friends with a police officer or like a pilot, just like a random, you know, like just random people that also want to go and train too. And then you meet these people and they end up being really cool, and you start to have, you know, like friendships based on that. I think that all that was really cool. And also it's just like, I was really mad for so long, like, and I had this, like, I felt like I had like this rage I wanted to like express, and I didn't want to make music like that anymore. I didn't want to rage in songs and scream and all that. I was so bored of doing that. It didn't do anything for me. I just wanted to like punch something. So I just started, that's why I wanted to train and just get ready to like fight or do something. Like, just the sparring sessions you do, it makes you feel so much better about yourself. It makes you feel confident, you know. It's a really good time. I was walking to the door and I hear a knock at the front door, because I was leaving out the back door. I turn around, walk to the door, and there was 2 police officers there. And yeah, then they told me what happened to him, and I was just like, it was I guess it's just shock, you know. Like, everything was just confusing. I just didn't really understand what was happening. I asked hey, can you drive me to my dad's? I need to get a hold of my family. Called my, you know, I got my dad, waited at his house, called my mom, got her to come, told her the news in person, because I didn't want to tell her over the phone when she was alone. It didn't really seem like a smart thing to do. So I got her to come to me, and I told her what happened. Got all the close people in the family basically met up in my dad's, and we all just were around each other, you know. I just didn't think it would make sense for anyone to be alone. In the long term, it's a never-ending process. That's why it is progress, not perfection. Like, there's no end goal where you're not an addict anymore. You're always going to have those habits and needs and want to do those things, but you got to control that. It's not like, it's a marathon, it's not a fucking 100-meter dash. I don't know. But it's a long process, you know what I mean? Like, it's you can't just like expect it to get 100% better. Like, it doesn't work like that. It's always going to be challenging. You can be an addict when you're 19, and when you're 50 you have a relapse. Like, it's not always so simple. Like I said before, there's two options. You can either like break down, or you can deal with it. And I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna use this thing, you know, I'm not gonna use this situation as like a reason to give up and let myself go. That doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna be an idiot. So I just have been trying to get back on the right path with that. I think I am now, which is good. Getting ready to compete and all that. Like, I'm ready to do all the right things for myself. And, you know, it's weird, but I'm just trying to use this situation as motivation and just make any kind of positive out of it. I'm not gonna give up for my brother. That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna do more in life, and I'm going to, like, you know, make sure that if he's watching, then that he's proud of the things I do. I'm not gonna like become a mess and just frustrate him, you know. That doesn't make sense. Like, it's disrespectful. So I'm gonna like make the right choices and make him proud. So